Yo, 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 and welcome back to Creeps and Crimes Podcast.
What the fuck?
I put my hand over here and I hit your hand and I was like, well, now I'm going to hold her hand.
Aw, let's do it again.
Yo, 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 and welcome back to Creeps and Crimes
Podcast.
I'm Taylar.
And I'm Morgan.
Yanks my hand, lifts up the mic. Hi, guys. Happy Thursday. This is just for my own account, episode 135.
Who the fuck knows?
135. I got it right now. I got it.
135. This is 135.
135.
That we are pre-recording.
Yes, this is 2 out of the 3 that you're going to be hearing pre-recorded.
Because I'm worldwide.
Worldwide, baby. She's Mr. Worldwide.
Mrs. Worldwide.
Miss Independence.
Promiscuous girl.
What? Oh, I mean, did we just make a really bop remix type of situation?
Slay.
Yeah, I think 100%.
I wish you guys could have been a fly on the wall these last 2 weeks.
Hell weeks.
We are
Delusional.
so confused. We blacked out.
We have no idea what we've recorded.
It's blurred.
No idea.
There's no memory. What even happened? Did we even record anything?
I mean, let's literally put it like this. Today is our last day of recording for the pre-recordings, and Anthrax has not even gone out yet. 134 has not even been released.
No.
And it won't be released for a whole 2 days.
I'm so scared.
I told Morgan, I was like, I tried to go through and organize it.
Whenever
Patreon.
Patreon. Whenever we finished our Patreon. So Patreon got split and then like revamped and
split again,
and then revamped again. And whenever she went to save it, she was like, okay, what is this, P35? And I said, I think it's been P35 for the last 3 episodes.
It's been P35 for years.
And she was like, okay. But that's what we did apparently to every episode that we recorded.
Every episode is P35.
And so there's no telling, like, if you guys might hear Anthrax 4 weeks in a row.
No, really.
Ashley would catch it. She'd be like, girls,
Ashley would catch it.
I think that's the...
Incorrect.
That's wrong.
That is wrong.
Good fucking try, though.
Good luck.
You tried to be slick.
It was very smart.
You tried to submit the same episode for 2 weeks
We
in
just
a row.
switch up the intros every time. So you guys are listening.
Yeah, she's listening to a new intro, and then we're like, let's get creepy. And then all of a sudden, it's like, today we're going to be covering Anthrax. What even is today?
Today will be Fermi Paradox and Spies.
Oh, this is my favorite episode.
This one's a really, really good episode. Like, this one I'm really proud of for Morgan.
It's really good.
For me, I've been really nervous about Spies. I've moved her around a lot.
Spies.
It's a really good
Spies
one.
has been thrown around quite a bit.
And Spies was handwritten, so I can't wait to get to that spot.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh my God. But also there's something that has to do with this episode that I was like, we
wanted to do it for 420.
Oh yeah.
Is that what you want? Is that where you're going?
This was supposed to be for 420. So there's like a few things that we've talked about that you'll hear us talk about in the episode. Then we ended up being like, it was mainly me being really nervous about some things. I mean, hell, who even knows? It might not even be Spies. You might listen to it and be like, what the fuck is she talking about with Spies? And be like, Taylar went back and listened to it and she changed it and re-recorded an entire episode without Morgan and pulled reactions from Morgan's from past episodes and plugged it in.
All you would have to pull is
girl,
oh my
what?
God. No, I don't say
You
girl,
don't
what.
say girl.
I say,
what?
oh my God.
No, it's me. Or you'll be like,
holy shit.
Holy shit.
What?
Or also, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Wait, where are they from? And I'm like, I don't know, Morgan.
That's the dad?
Yeah. Who's that again? that is exactly what I would add.
You always do throw around a lot of names.
I do be tossing around lots of names.
Yeah.
All the time.
And a lot of them are always like Tommy, Tom, and Thomas. I'm like, all 3 different people.
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
like, okay, Tommy's who?
Oh my God. Oh, okay. But back to what I was saying about poor Patreon.
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
Patreon, such troopers. You guys are so amazing. It's why you're the best. It's why you're the OG pick-me's.
That's why we love you.
You guys have really taken this so good because it has been crazy on their end. So their episode ended up being late because I had to attend my husband's grandfather's funeral. Then Morgan had to work that whole weekend. So anyways.
And Patreon was blessed with the birds aren't real conspiracy theory.
That's what I was about to say. The birds aren't real.
And if you guys haven't heard that, then you need to go.
You've
subscribe
got to
to Patreon.
And it was our 420 week celebration.
Yeah.
It really is a mind fuck. So definitely
we were really geeking out.
Yeah, we were. It's a great episode. If you're not a Patreon member, you can go to patreon.com/creepsandcrimes and you can pick if you want to be a part of the pour that shit up or let's get creepy.
AKA the $10 tiers are big money balling bitches.
Yeah. We have been keeping up with our one good thing. We haven't said our one good thing today. You want to say it on mic? I haven't sent my
during our meeting. We said this is our one good thing.
Oh, we had a great meeting today. That was our one good thing.
That's my one good thing.
Yeah, that's
our meeting
mine
was
too.
great.
No, and guys, the type of meeting we had today was like not the type of meeting that we used to look forward to.
Yeah.
And we were like we weren't dreading it by any means, but we were just like, nervous. It was such a fantastic meeting.
So what have you noticed saying your one good thing every day though?
Oh my God, I feel like I'm so much more positive.
Me too.
Like just voicing it. And also like one thing that we did, like both of us were having really hard days on.
Mine was Friday.
Mine was Saturday.
I got my shit rocked on Friday.
Right. Yeah. We still did our one good thing. And then when we were both having a bad day or like a bad time at that point in time, we still implemented a time for us to like say it to each other. But instead of bitching it to each other, it was more of like, I just need to get this off my chest and say it to someone. And you're that person for me. It was a really good balance. And like, it didn't make me feel like I was bitching or like moaning or being upset about something. Like,
yeah.
And everything that we have said to each other, we've also like rounded about with something positive.
On that note, if you're driving, throw that shit on cruise control.
If you got a glass, pour that shit up.
And let's get
creepy. Okay, Morgan, what do you have for us today?
Okay, today I will be talking about something called the Fermi Paradox.
Okay.
I regret it. But it's gonna be good. Before I begin, do you ever just go down this wormhole of like how small we are in this universe?
Yeah.
For me, it's that one video that pops up on social media, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, where it starts at like a person and it continues to zoom out and out and out into beyond our galaxy, into other galaxies, into other universes. And you're like, fuck, what are we?
No, that shit.
Immediately tripping existential
dicks.
Crisis.
Tripping literal dicks.
Especially if you're high as fuck.
Oh my God, yeah, good luck if you see that when you're high.
Or if you're questioning life and you're like, what the fuck are we?
What the fuck? We're literally nobodies.
Well, this is what this scientific theory has made me do the last 24 hours.
Oh shit, bitch.
Because the Fermi Paradox is not your average conspiracy theory. No. It is a scientific theory backed by science.
Science.
And it goes way back to an unpublished manuscript in 1933. The idea of the Fermi Paradox is basically that we, aka humans, are the only extraterrestrial life in the entire universe, or that we are the most advanced species. And I can't even believe I'm covering something like this because everyone knows aliens are my shit.
Yeah, wait, this seems like Antichrist.
Yeah, it does a little.
It's
does. like don't put a damper in all the alien cases that you have covered in the past. But here I am to do so.
This is very unorthodox.
I agree, absolutely.
People are like, actually, no, your entire podcast is unorthodox. This is the most normal fucking thing
shit that we've ever
heard come out of y'all's mouth.
So this idea came from a conversation at lunch by a man named Enrico Fermi. Enrico was this Italian-American physicist and actually created the world's first nuclear reactor, the Chicago Pile 1. In his lifetime, he has earned the names architect of the nuclear age and architect of the atomic bomb. He was born on September 29th, 1901 in Rome, Italy. He was extremely intelligent. His mother, Ida, was an elementary school teacher, and his father, Alberto, was the division head in the Ministry of Railways. At the age of 15, Enrico had came across a physics book at his local market. It was a 900-page book called Elementarum Physics Math. This is in Italian at this point. Physics Mathematics.
Okay.
And it was written in Latin. Sorry, not Italian, Latin. It was written in Latin by Jesuit Father Andrea, who was a professor at the College Romano. This book was filled with everything: mathematics, classical mechanics, astronomy, optics, and acoustics. At least everything that they knew in the early 1800s when it was published. When Enrico got his hands on this book, he was in awe. And from this, at a very young age, developed a love and a drive for the physics and the sciences. He began building gyroscopes and self-measuring the acceleration of Earth's gravity at 15.
Okay, wow.
He then received another book about projective physics from one of his father's friends. Within 2 months, Enrico had returned the book back to his father's friend and solved all of the proposed theoretical problems that were at the end of the book.
Here's your book back. I figured it out.
Here's your book back. I solved it.
2 months?
2 months, 15 high.
No big deal.
He was becoming a prodigy, and he was a prodigy with a photographic memory.
Oh.
Skipping a couple years, he graduated high school in 1918, and he then attended the Scuola Normale Superiore in Pisa. Okay. Which was a very small public university. While in college, he was advised by Luigi Puccianti, who was the director of the physics laboratory. This professor, Professor Luigi, was so in awe of Enrico because he was teaching the professor things that even the professor didn't know.
Right.
Like the student was teaching the teacher. He was top-notch, self-educated in the quantum physics, and he majored in physics and all through his own teaching of himself, studying general relativity, quantum mechanics, and atomic physics. The physics department at this school was very difficult to get into, but he was one of 3 students who got accepted in 1920. These 3 students had free roam of the entire laboratory for whatever they wanted to do. But Enrico Fermi chose to study and research X-ray crystallography with him and his 2 classmates who worked to produce a Lau photograph, which is an X-ray photo of a crystal. I need to think, this is early 1900s. They could hardly X-ray humans.
Right, and they're like, bring a crystal in here.
Bring that crystal in this bitch.
Let's go look at this thing.
His junior year of college, he published his first scientific article, The Nuovo Cemento. In 1924, he was initiated into the Masonic Lodge of the Grand Orient of Italy. Now you know that shit was top secret. That's in Rome, bitch.
What tea do we got here?
What's going on in the Vatican City?
Yeah.
During this time, he spent most of his days studying under a man named Max Born at the University of Göttingen in Germany. Göttingen, I think actually is what it's called. He was giving amazing lectures on the new quantum mechanics, and then he applied to be the chairman of the mathematical physics department at the University of Cagliari in Sardinia, but he didn't get the job. So at the age of 24, that same year that he got denied, he applied to be a professor at the Sapienza University of Rome, and he got it. On July 19th, 1928, he married one of his science students, Laura Capone. I mean, he was 24.
Okay, yeah.
They were at least over 18.
Yeah, okay, fair.
So him and Laura got married. They had 2 children, Nella.
That
is cute. I knew you fucking would say that.
That is so fucking... Nella? Oh my God.
Nella Gilo, maybe?
Oh my God. Okay, fine. It's on the list.
Nella sold. He spent the next 10 years studying the radioactivity of thorium and uranium, and he actually developed a diffusion equation, which is now known as the Fermi age equation. At the age of 37, Fermi received the Nobel Prize in Physics for his, quote, demonstrations of the existence of new radioactive elements produced by neuron irradiation, and for his related discovery of nuclear reactions brought about by slow neutrons. AKA, this was his equation.
Got it.
After his Nobel Prize, he picked up and he moved to New York City with his family in December of 1938. Their decision to move to America and apply for permanent residency was due largely to the fact of the racial laws that were being implemented in Italy. Mm-hmm. The Fermi family arrived in New York City in January of 1939, and immediately he was offered positions at 5 universities, one of which he accepted at the University of Columbia. Here, he studied along with other scientists to detect energy released in the nuclear fission of uranium when bombarded by neutrons, aka a bomb.
Okay, got it.
And the findings weren't great. He was actually the first person to warn the United States military about the potential impact of nuclear energy when he gave a lecture to the Navy Department in 1939. So this is literally the same year that he pulls up to the States. He's like, okay, well, finding is actually shitty. Let me go warn the United States military real quick.
Right. He's like, I know I just got here, but let me save you from yourself.
So goes to the Navy Department, and the Navy didn't care.
Oh.
He didn't receive the response or the urgency that he was actually hoping to get. Instead, they gave him $1,500 more towards his research at Columbia to continue whatever he was doing.
Keep your mouth shut. Here's $1,500.
Yeah, that's really shitty. Here's $1,500.
Here's $1,500.
I'm like, what the fuck can I do with that? God,
no. Well, back in the 30s, I mean, that was fucking. Let's buy a whole building.
Yeah, you're right. Later that year, the United States president, who was President Roosevelt, got word that Nazi Germany was likely building an atomic bomb. So Roosevelt formed what was called the Advisory Committee of Uranium. This committee was flooding money towards Fermi and the other scientists because he knew the most about uranium. And he then began building reactors under the money that was coming from the committee, specifically the Chicago Pile 1 under the University of Chicago's Stagg Field. This was the first self-sustained nuclear chain reaction to reactor to ever be achieved. So the government attempted to recreate this, what Fermi built in Chicago, at a good old place in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
Oh.
This was the X-10 graphite reactor. But eventually something went wrong, and Enrico Fermi was immediately pulled to the front lines of Oak Ridge. He was here. This man was in our backyard, bitch. Wow. He quickly fixed the issue and got X-10 back on its feet. Yet another milestone in the plutonium project. Afterwards, Fermi was persuaded to join Project Y at Los Alamos, New Mexico. He took it and was appointed the associate director of the laboratory with sole responsibility for the nuclear and theoretical physics division. After the first detonation of the very first Soviet fission bomb in 1949, Fermi was urging the United States military to stop what they had him developing in Los Alamos laboratory, which was a hydrogen bomb. But the government insisted, even after his strongly worded letter, not to. And he was forced to continue and participate in the development of the hydrogen bomb. Once he left governmental work, he continued on as a professor until he died due to stomach cancer in his home in Chicago. He was only 53.
Oh my God.
Fermi himself knew that he contracted this so young because of working near nuclear piles for most of his adult life. Also, 2 of his graduate assistants that were working with him died of the same inoperable stomach cancer. And that is Enrico Fermi's life, full of intelligence, nuclear activity, and prodigal scientific landmarks. But today, amongst other things, he is known for the Fermi Paradox. So where the heck did he have time to discuss aliens?
No, honest to God.
While jumping job to job, fighting the government.
Well, literally fighting the government, coming over to the U.S., having to deal
hanging out in Oak Ridge,
with what the fuck is going on in World War II.
So during a lunch break one day, Enrico Fermi had a thought. He was sitting in the break room eating lunch with his fellow physicist, scientist in 1950, and he began discussing the possibility of sophisticated societies that may populate the galaxy, which is what most of the population believes, that there's no way we can be the only ones.
Right.
But before Fermi could even finish that thought, his brain popped up an alternate conclusion, because that's how he worked. He was like, well, let me fucking solve this real quick. I'm fucking
really
genius.
Quick, just let me
a literal prodigal genius.
Done.
And he says, well, if that's true, then that doesn't really make sense. If there really were a lot of different extraterrestrial civilizations out there, then they'd be flying all around us. There's no way that we haven't seen any. And this conversation was actually prompted because prior to lunch, when him and his buddies were walking to the break room, they were discussing like recent UFO reports and the possibility of like faster than light travel. And like, these are scientists, so they want a scientific explanation for everything. But Fermi couldn't grasp it. He didn't understand the reports or that faster than light travel was even possible. So he blurted out, well, where is everybody then? Like, don't you ever wonder where they are? Like, where are the aliens? Really, though, where are they? And the answer his fellow physicists just had was laughter, because they were like, wait, actually, you have a point, my guy. Like, no, really, where are they? Like, what the fuck? So alongside his nuclear day-to-days, Fermi worked on something called the Fermi Paradox. He needed to put his mind at ease, needed himself to give himself an explanation. So the Fermi Paradox. It has 2 aspects. Aspect 1 is the function of the scale, or the large numbers involved. There are an estimated 200 to 400 billion stars in just the Milky Way, and there is 70 sextillion stars in the observable universe. So you got billion or million, billion, trillion, all the way to sex. So 6 trillion stars. Okay.
I can't even.
In the observable universes, in universes that we had known in the 50s.
Right. In the 50s
in
too.
The 50s. So it's proving what everybody's argument is. There is so much out there that Earth is likely just a typical planet, just a mediocre planet, and that there's got to be others that are like Earth because there are so many stars. And what does Earth revolve around? The sun, which is a star. Mm-hmm. The second aspect is the argument of probability. Given intelligence life's ability to overcome and the tendency to conquer or colonize new places and habits like we as humans did, it seems possible that at least some civilizations would be technologically advanced advance and that they would seek out new resources in space or colonize their star system and ultimately colonize the surrounding star systems and come to Earth to take what we have. Yet there is no scientific evidence on Earth of other intelligent life after 13.8 billion years of the universe's history. So why? Possible explanations are that intelligent life is rarer than it's thought to be. The assumption that the behavior of intelligent species is flawed, or the current scientific understanding of how we know and believe our universe isn't accurate or fully known. So let's break it down some more. There's a debate over what percentage of sun-like stars are out there, the suns that might be orbited by a place like Earth with life. Some say at least 50%, but a more reasonable answer by the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences says 22%. So let's go with the 22%. That means that there is at least 1% of the total stars in the universe that have a potentially habitable Earth-like planet orbiting them. Do the math again. That is a total of 100 billion Earth-like planets out there. So let's say that's true. And let's say that after billions of years in existence, 1% of those Earth-like planets, so 1% of the billion Earth-like planets have developed life. And imagine that on those 1% of those Earth-like planets, life has advanced to an intelligent level like we did here on Earth. Mm-hmm. That would mean, even though those are so tiny percentages, 1%, 1%, but because the number's so big, that would mean that there are 10 quadrillion intelligent civilizations in our observable universe.
Oh, God.
Holy fuck.
No, that's fucking stressful.
But why haven't we seen anything?
They're hidden from us by the government.
Our sun is pretty young in the lifespan of the universe, meaning there are far older stars than our little baby sun. I think of like the Gerber baby, like, or no, Teletubbies, the sun and the baby. Yeah. That's us. We're just a little baby sun, okay? In theory, there should be far more advanced civilizations than our own because they've had way more time to develop than us. We're just a baby sun. We're a baby solar system.
She's just a baby.
So here's a scenario. Picture two timelines. Dun, 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 dun. On one timeline is Earth, and then we're going to give another hypothetical Earth-like livable planet that we're going to call Planet Creeps. So you have Earth on one timeline and Planet Creeps on the other.
Right.
Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Okay. That's accurate. But Planet Creeps, let's say they're hypothetical. Let's say they're 8 billion years old.
Right.
If we put them on those timelines and we put the Big Bang Theory or whatever you believe in, but for this purpose, we're going to do the Big Bang Theory.
Right.
We're going to put the Big Bang Theory at the beginning of those timelines.
Right.
So we see that Earth is at about the halfway point of Planet Creeps. I'm sorry, Planet Creeps comes first because 8 billion years old. It's closer to the Big Bang Theory. And Earth is at the 4 billion year mark. So it's Planet Creeps has had a much longer time.
I wish we had a fucking drawing board.
I know. Are you with me? Am I explaining that okay?
Yeah.
So Planet Creeps has about 3.5 billion years more of history than Earth does.
Right.
AKA more time to develop technology beyond where we are today. That's 3.5 billion years to figure shit out. And to confuse you even more, there's something called the Kardashev scale. The Kardashev scale helps us group intelligent civilizations into 3 categories based on the amount of energy used.
Please, God, tell me why we have this fucking scale if there's no such thing as extra.
I think it's like dreaming. Like it's all theoretical, scientific theory.
But why would we need this if they weren't real? Anyways, keep going.
Right. So there's type 1, type 2, and type 3 civilizations. A type 1 civilization has the ability to use all of the energy on their planet. Okay. We're not quite a type 1 civilization, but we're close. Someone did a formula and it puts us at like a 0.07 out of the 1. So we're almost to a type 1. We're almost able to harness everything, but we're not there yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What are we missing?
Do we harness lava?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about like heat from the earth? So like, yeah.
Gravity? I think it means like sustainable, like how we live off water and food. Like we could also, our bodies could adapt to other elements on Earth.
Yeah, that's a whole other side of it too. Yeah.
A type 2 civilization can harness all of the energy of their host star, so the sun. Our type 1 brains can hardly imagine how that would even happen.
Solar power?
But, you know, we've tried our best. Yeah. Solar power and things like they've created the Dyson sphere, which I've definitely talked about in one of my episodes. Yeah. It's just a fucking theoretical sphere that we pull all this energy from the sun and we don't need our planet really.
Yeah. Is that the one that looks like a big suction cup?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said Dyson. Immediately I went to my shitty vacuum.
You're like, oh, that fucking vacuum.
Yeah.
And a type 3 civilization blows the other 2 away. it can access power comparable to that of the entire Milky Way galaxy. So that's when that planet, that civilization, is able to harness their entire, every element in the galaxy to survive, to sustain life.
Beyond.
So back to the timeline. If we, planet Earth, is only a type 1, barely, then we would have to believe that with double the time to evolve, planet Creeps, our hypothetical planet who has lived double the amount of time that we have, would at least be a type 2 or type 3 civilization.
Right.
But let's say we remove planet Creeps. Let's give a new planet who's at least triple the amount of years that we are old. We'll call it planet Crimes.
Poor planet Crimes.
Planet Crimes has to be a type 3 civilization.
Right.
And we're babies. We're baby solar system.
We're babies.
Are you with me still?
I'm with you.
So if something could harness the energy of the entire galaxy, someone is a type 3 civilization, then we should have seen them.
Right.
Especially because we are hardly a type 1 civilization, and there is no way that our planet, aka our government, everyone says the government's hiding it from you, but if we're just a type 1, the baby boomers, then how do we have the means to block each and every alien encounter that we have? Like we are like the Gen Z to the boomers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's just no way.
We're the Gen Z to the fucking silent.
The
guys,
silent
we went
generation.
through all the generations. Like,
isn't that funny? It's in my notes.
Yeah,
and
that
here I
is
am.
so funny.
That is fucking weird. But where is everybody? The Fermi Paradox breaks it into 2 broad categories where they could be. Explanation 1. There are no signs of higher type 2 and 3 civilizations because there are no higher civilizations in existence. We're it.
Okay.
Point blank,
That's
period.
even more terrifying, to be honest.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary.
That's terrifying.
People that follow explanation 1, they often look at math. You know, there should be so many thousands or millions of higher civilizations, and at least one of them would be an exception to the rule. So even if this theory held for 99.9% of higher civilizations and the other 0.01% would behave differently and they would show their fucking selves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, think of all of our countries. Like, one of us, aka the United States, is going to be like, oh, I'm fucking showing my face. I'm not fucking scared of these little bitches. You know what I mean? Like that, there's got to be somebody who would show their face, but nobody has. So if there is no advanced, sorry guys, I'm like losing myself.
I'm sorry. It wasn't even that. It was just, I'm going to show them bitches.
I'll show them bitches my face. I'm not fucking scared.
Oh, God.
So their explanation that there must be no advanced civilization suggests that something else must be going on. And this something else is called the Great Filter.
Oh, God.
Bitch, imagine if I was high right now.
No, the way that if this was the episode that went off on 420, I would go get my CBD pre-roll and we'd be ripped.
The Great Filter theory says that at some point from pre-life to type 3 civilizations, intelligence, there's a wall that either cuts us off or attempts life at this halt. Like it's just this wall that we can't see. It's a fucking filter. Mm-hmm. And there's some stage in that long evolutionary process that is extremely unlikely or impossible for life to go beyond the Great Filter. And that one stage is the Great Filter. So what they're saying is like, look at us on a timeline again. Mm-hmm. There's a fucking wall right there. And we're either surpassed it or we're about to hit it or
and that's like your make or break moment.
It's your make or break moment.
Society either falls apart or
but
becomes
where
stronger.
the timeline of advancement is the Great Filter, we don't fucking know.
Right.
But what the Great Filter is, theoretically, is the fate of humankind. Depending on where the Great Filter occurs, we're left with 3 possible realities. 1, we're rare. 2, we're first. Or 3, we're fucked.
All 3 are terrifying.
We're rare, meaning the Great Filter is behind us. We somehow managed to squeeze through, whether it was before us and we had no idea, or whether it was a shift in a fucking dimension. And like everyone always says that the axis is tilted, you know, whatever. Like maybe we're ahead of it. We're fucking rare. We're lucky.
Right.
We have Earth has lucky girl syndrome.
Yeah.
Or we're first, meaning the Great Filter comes after you achieve this type 3 civilization or super intelligence. Or we're fucked, meaning the Great Filter is just a little bit ahead of us and we will never achieve beyond type 1.
That one makes me so sick.
That's scary.
The reason why we're close to it makes me almost sick is, you know, I'm sure people in history probably felt this way at some point, but like, don't y'all ever look at everything and think about like when we were younger, there was new things coming out like all the time, like the fucking iPhone. Well, I mean, in my lifetime, I went from having a CD player to an MP3 to an iPod to an iPhone, which had everything on it. You no longer had to do that. And also like having to not be able to access internet on,
right,
you know, like my parents had fucking pagers, like I remember that. And think about how much we've grown since then.
And then think of the iPhone the last 10 years, it hasn't fucking
nothing's changed. Is there anything else that we can advance on?
I feel like because we're at a halt, like it is scary, meaning we'll never go beyond this. Like we are maxed out on technological advancement, but I think because we're at a halt, it's causing everyone to be antsy, stagnant,
and that's when things come
that's when things are going haywire, which is exactly what is happening the last 5 years.
And me and Morgan just looked at the generational like timeline of it, and it was not the silent generation, generation X,
in between millennial and baby boomer.
Boom, and that's generation X, right? Generation X are the inventors of everything, the people that pushed it, because their parents handled everything in terms of like marches and making change and like recovering from everything.
So they got to chill, enjoy, and advance.
And it kind of seemed probably stagnant. Like we just got over that huge hump. Like, oh my God, are we just going to chill? And then it starts getting kind of antsy. And so by their 20s, those people create something huge. And then you have the millennials, and they
were shoved
just
under the rug.
Fucking constantly are getting their shit rocked. Also, this has a lot to do with like the Great Depression, the recession, wars, so on and so forth. But those technological advancements changed like generations from now to come. But if you look at like it at its core, what each generation has faced, it looks like Gen Z or Gen Y, or both of them
will be Gen X.
One of them will be the inventors. Right. Yeah. But I feel like Gen Z is more of the baby boomers.
But I think like to invent more things, like we need to be harnessing different types of elements. Like we are maxed out of what we can do. Like if you want flying cars, you need to pull something else in. You know what I mean? Your car can no longer be fueled by gasoline. It's got to have something else to it.
It'll come. There's going to be a breakthrough. There always is. Like think about like
unless
Renaissance
we're hitting
and all
the
that
great
shit.
filter.
Well, then that's the thing. Like, can we go any further? What else can we do without burning out all of us to the ground? Like we're all getting in like this place where no version of society has ever been before us. We don't know what to do with it. We have constant communication. Everybody's within 1 degree of each other.
Right.
What do you do?
Exactly. So explanation 1 as to why we haven't seen anyone is basically the great filter. Explanation group 2 is that type 2 and 3 intelligent civilizations are out there, but there's just some logical reasons why maybe we haven't heard from them. And this explanation comes with 10 possibilities. Okay. So I'm going to run through them. Possibility 1 is that super intelligent life could very well have already visited Earth just before we were here. That would explain why people believe the Great Pyramids, Stonehenge, things like that. Like that was maybe ET, and maybe they're done with us. They don't want to come back. They saw what they needed. They took what they needed, or maybe we were no good for them. They didn't need anything.
Hell, when
us.
they came, we could have been they could have came here and fucking dinosaurs were here.
Right, exactly.
And I mean, like, oh, fuck this.
That. Why is that fucking neck all the way up into the sky hitting my UFO, bitch?
They're literally like, honestly, fuck this place. We're never coming back.
Here comes the T-Rex.
Humans will never exist on this bitch.
And pterodactyls flying to the UFO. They're like, fuck this planet.
Send a fucking meteor that way. Immediately.
Yeah. Possibility 2 is that the galaxy has been colonized, but we just live in this like desolate rural area of the Milky Way. Like we are the northern Canada in terms of the galaxy.
Okay.
We're so far out that like no one fucks with us.
Yeah, they're like
they don't need anything that we have, so they don't come over here.
And what are we going to give them?
Right, we have
Oreos?
nothing. Yeah, we have nothing to give them except for fast food and Oreos. And war and destruction
and
hate.
Big fight
and hate.
Put a boot in your ass.
It's the American way.
And here is the Texas Pledge of Allegiance.
To thee. Possibility 3 is that the entire concept of physical colonization is just like this hilariously like backward concept to more advanced species. Like we're a joke to them. Societies beyond type 1 are just laughing at us because they've managed to create this perfect environment for themselves with the energy that they're able to harness from the sun or from the universe, and we're just a fucking mockery to them.
And I guess we can
like
be considered
they're watching
sources.
us like we watch Saturday Night Live. Like we are their Saturday Night Live, we're their humor.
Right. It's like that movie with Jim Carrey where he's in the simulation.
Oh, what's it fucking called? Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Yeah.
We're the Truman Show.
Possibility 4 is that there are these really scary predator civilizations out there, and most intelligent life knows better than to broadcast like any outgoing signals and advertise where their planet's located and their location, because these evil, like, think of fucking Thanos. Like, there's Thanoses out there, and they'll fucking come and destroy you.
Meanwhile, we're over here like, hey, anyone see us? We're here.
We're making fake moon landings. We're like, we're here, bitch. Put a flag on that shit.
We're sending out like fucking notes in the bottle.
Send satellites to space. Let them know someone's on this fucking planet.
Send a rover to Mars and let it sing happy birthday and say hello to the demons that live there.
Please. Possibility 5 piggybacks off of 4. And it's that there is a super predator civilization that's far more advanced than everybody else. And it keeps it that way by like exterminating everybody once they get past a certain level, which would suck for us if we ever were to go beyond type 1. And that's why we haven't seen anyone else, because this super predator has killed them all off.
Right. And we're like not an issue yet, but when we do.
Yeah, they're coming for us.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's like brand new people that are still like don't have cars on
like
other
they'll
planets.
come, they'll fucking exterminate us.
Yeah.
They're pest control, we're the pests.
Like
we're
we have
roaches.
an expiration day basically.
Yeah. Possibility 6 is that there's plenty of activity and noise out there, but our technology is just too like primitive, that we're listening either for the wrong things or that we can't hear what's out there because we don't have enough technology
or
to
understand it if they ever were talking.
It. Yeah, we're like, oh, that's just a star. And they're like, nope, that's a whole conversation about the Truman Show that we're living on. They're like, no,
what is that crackling sound? The frequencies are fucked up.
And meanwhile, the aliens are out there talking about Morgan Taylor from Crooks and Crimes podcast.
They're like, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop.
Let's get creepy. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop.
And they're like, if y'all send this fucking thing back, if y'all don't stop sending all these damn radio
Rovers?
signals everywhere.
Like, our heads are hurting.
Yeah.
Possibility 7 is that we are receiving contact from other intelligent life, but the government, this world government, is hiding it, which I believe, but I just really don't think they're advanced enough to stop everything. Like, if someone wanted to be shown, they'd show it.
Yeah.
Possibility 8 is that higher civilizations are aware of us and they are observing us, and this is actually something called the zoo hypothesis.
Okay.
And the zoo hypothesis basically is that we are being protected like a national park. The look, but don't touch rule. Like they love to watch us. They want to see us succeed. They'll step in when they need to, but like we're their babies. We're
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, that's them to us. Isn't that kind of cute? Yeah, I love possibility.
Yeah, I want that one.
Possibility 9 is that higher civilizations are here. They're all around us, but we're just too not advanced to perceive them, see them, feel them. Like,
I mean, harnessing all energy would to also be harnessing like
invisibility.
Our energy, like humans' energy,
and maybe that's like the spiritual like gifts that some people have, like
indigenous
is them harnessing us, our energy.
Yeah.
And that's how we're able to, like, you trip on DMT. What do you see? This fucking alien.
Right.
And
they're like, thank God. Oh my God.
Like, you did it.
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah. And possibility 10 is that we are just completely wrong about our reality, which puts you in the hologram matrix shit, living in a sim, like ideal. But nobody has been able to resolve the Fermi Paradox. Nobody can give an explanation to it. They'll try and they'll say, intelligent beings are rare, or the lifetime of such civilizations are short, or that they exist, but humans see no evidence. But my takeaway from the Fermi Paradox is either aliens don't exist, they do, but we're actually most advanced, or we're about to die. That was my takeaway, and that's how I didn't sleep at all last night, because the fucking Fermi Paradox has kept me up at all times of night, and I thought that the great fucking filter was gonna suck me out of my bed and into a black hole.
Yeah. Man.
And that's the Fermi Paradox. That's some food for fucking thought.
You know what? I would be really curious. I know like black holes are a no-go mainly because we just don't.
But what if they're the filters?
What if it's not even the filter. Like what if that is, if you can figure out how to get through a black hole and survive.
Yeah.
You've made it. And we go over there and it's like heaven. A whole universe of just like.
Right. Or it's like
humanoids.
Interstellar and you end up in a bookcase in this room.
Oh my God. No, don't take it fucking there, man. Let's go with the Lightning McQueen vibes.
Lightning McQueen. We're just their babies. We live in a zoo to them, and
Yeah.
they like take care of us. They'll intervene if we really are in trouble.
Yeah.
Which is probably what they do. But they know that, like, you know, we're just babies. We're baby minded. We're not open to them. We'd freak out. So they have to hide themselves. They have a select group of counsel that they go and they communicate with. They give them what they need, which would be like our world government.
They're like
if it
so
exists.
respectful that they go and they talk to people.
And they like go about their business and they continue to watch us. We're just their pets.
Yeah, I mean, I truly think that it could be that, or it could be that that we're an experiment to one of these. Like, if we're their babies, we're the zoo, then they said, well, let's take our foundation, so the DNA.
Let's see what works.
And let's plant some seeds in this garden called Earth, because the soil's good, and we'll see
Here's
what
Adam,
comes
here's
about.
Eve.
Yeah.
Here's a snake.
And
here's
this fucking snake. Ignore him.
And here's a piece of fruit. Don't bite it.
And then here's a whole garden.
And immediately, step one in the zoo, they're like, they fucking ate it.
And fucking, are they being for real right now?
Be fucking for real. You've been here for 5 fucking minutes.
And y'all already came and fucked some shit up. Are you kidding? Meanwhile, I'm like, did you just really leave 2 toddlers out here?
Right.
How'd that happen?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like,
I got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And God, I believe in you. It's just, I got a lot of questions. I need photos.
I want to
videos.
visit Planet Creeps and Planet Crimes. That's
Yeah.
8 billion years old and 12 billion years old. Let me visit them. Let me experience. Take me out of the zoo for just a second, as long as it's nice and cute and pretty.
Yep.
And then put me right back. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw about that. The person that they found completely frozen and shit, and they dated that person back to further than we thought that like
No
humans
shit.
would have existed. And so now they're retesting all like DNA samples that they were able to obtain from these
Ice people.
basically. With modern and advanced DNA technology, we're able to track it to a better level, and it's going further back than we knew human history did.
That's crazy.
And it's like mind-blowing. And then
I
also
just hope
all
that
the
when
shit
I
that's coming.
die,
Yeah.
I get all the answers.
Oh, you will. First off, God's gonna be like, y'all
were risking it.
y'all were fucking so close to going to hell.
You guys were teetering on the line.
You were walking that rope
We're on
real
a tight line in
fucking
between
risky.
the Grand Canyon, okay?
Yeah. He said, y'all need to chill. And y'all are so impatient that you started a whole damn podcast and career off of questioning everything.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like that about you.
But I thought it was cute.
Come on, it was
so
funny.
come on in the gate.
I loved hearing you talk all that drama.
That shit's
Yeah.
good.
No, but I'm really so excited for the day that we are able to like take in that information.
I know. Me too.
Oh my God, it's going to be so cool.
I hope we get it at the same time. We'll be like, bitch. Oh my God. I told you ass. Or whoever goes first.
Yeah.
I'll see you up there. Or
Oh my God.
up there. Yeah, we're going up.
No, literally.
And you'll be like, and I'll be like, I know. I've been dwelling on it.
I'll be up there standing beside God, and God's like, I have to greet her. I'm like, no, Beth Ann's behind. I'm like, Beth Ann, back the fuck up.
I gotta
I'm
tell
gonna
her
be
everything.
first. Ollie, sit. I'm literally sitting up there like waiting beside God, and God's like, seriously though, like I really
It
need
has to be me.
I have
Like,
to.
it's like the rule up here.
I'm like, yeah, that's so funny.
we'll go hand in hand.
I'll stand right here behind you because she's gonna freak out.
Let me get this on camera for the vlog.
Yeah, he's like, there's no service up here. Yeah, there is.
I gotta get it for the vlog.
Yeah, literally. I ordered it from Bapple. Apple, Heaven's Apple.
Heaven's apple.
No, apple's a really sensitive topic up there, clearly.
Yeah, clearly.
Okay, anyways, my turn. I loved it, by the way.
Thanks. I was really worried it wouldn't come off right. But
No,
I think
it was so good.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
This is so fun. I love this
Okay,
one.
yeah.
It
It was
really
fun. It was like
one.
a good, like scientific, like high talk. Like,
Yeah.
we're not high, but it felt like it.
I
when
mean,
I
it
was
feels
talking.
like
Like
it.
I love when my mind can just go beyond like
Yeah.
what's in front of you and like just
When you-
come in with all these ideas and like you're trying to grasp it. Then you're like, but what about, you know? It just when you talk about things like this, it'll trigger different kinds of ideas that like maybe you haven't thought of before. That's
Yeah.
why I liked it, but it's also why I lost sleep. So
Yeah, I love it. I loved it. This is my favorite science-based.
it's pretty
one.
cool.
No, this one's fucking sick.
Yeah.
That one's sick. This is a great one. Thank you. Okay, it's my turn.
All right, you're up.
Morgan, I have something for you.
Well, where's your iPad? No, bitch.
Guys,
No, bitch.
I am doing my notebook today, handwritten notes.
Okay.
So
I'm so scared.
good luck.
Good luck, Chuck.
Today I'm talking about...
Good luck, Charlie. Good luck, Chuck. Thank you, Chuck Norris.
Thank you, Chuck. So today I'm covering Spies. Spies.
Okay.
Bear with me. You're going to love this.
I'm going to bear. I'm really scared.
I'm more nervous
but sometimes you do really great with things like that.
Sometimes I do good when I switch up stuff. So that's what I had to do last night to get notes done. Because I was like, if I look at a fucking computer any longer, I'm done.
I literally can't look at you right now.
So don't look at me as I'm reading a whole book that I wrote. All right. Why do intelligence agencies need spies, foreign spies? Well, obviously for information, but specifically classified, incredibly detailed, and important information. But how do intelligence agencies like the CIA recruit spies? Now, the first step is to locate the information that you want. Who is having the meetings about it? Who are the people in these meetings? Where are the meetings, etc. Number 2, once you know the location, who there has the access / security clearance to have that information. So you're looking at assistants, diplomats, embassy employees, etc. Morgan's videoing me.
I'm just taking a picture.
So number 3, out of all of the people that have access to this info, what are their weak spots / whose weak spots are more pressing? So is it money, drugs, marriage, so on and so forth?
The page flipped.
This is so good. This is so good. I feel like in season 1, this was so much easier when we had a table to have paper. Now it's hard. Okay. So historically, intelligence services have used the acronym MICE, so M-I-C-E, for someone's motivation as to why they would become a spy. M for money, I for ideology, C for compromise, which means blackmail, and then E for ego. So let's go through examples of each of the motives, starting with M, money. For the most part, the main motivation for someone to become a spy turning against their entire country is money, but it's also one of the more dangerous motivations for 3 main reasons. 1, money can be traced. 2, it can make you stand out if all of a sudden you're buying tons of shit and your employer, aka the person who literally knows how much you're getting paid, is like, I know I don't pay you that much.
Right.
And then number 3, money makes people do weird shit.
Yes.
All the time. The most well-known American that sold his soul to the Soviets was John Anthony Walker, a U.S. Navy warrant officer. 12-year U.S. Navy veteran working at a naval base in Norfolk, Virginia, John A. Walker had access to all of the coded messages between fleet ships, submarines, and the Navy Command Center. Walker had an insane amount of debt, and he really needed money. He discovered that the easiest way to make some good money and make that good money fast would be by selling secrets to the Soviets.
All right.
So in 1967, Walker goes to the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C. He shows them his ID cards to be like, hey, like I'm legit. And then he flashes them a stack of key cards from the U.S. Navy encryption system at the time. And he says, look, I'll hand all this over to you and I'll continue handing you shit, becoming a spy for a lot of cash. And if you want to take me up on that offer, then
get your bag,
let's
Walter.
go. Oh, wait, you just wait. At first I was like, I mean, okay, like get your bag. But then like, we'll get into this
really
conversation.
Get that bag.
Right. So Walker was 30 years old at the time, and he opened up a direct pipeline between the KGB and U.S. classified information. He gave up copies of top secret documents by dropping them off at clandestine locations near Northern Virginia and Maryland, where a bag of cash would be sitting there waiting on him, and that's where he knew to drop it in exchange. So one time during Walker's routine drop in his bag of cash, there was also a rotor reader, and this would decode the KL-47 ciphers that were used by the Navy at this point in time.
Imagine a homeless man walking by.
Bag of cash. Slash that.
Immediately.
Goodbye.
I'm in the penthouse in New York City.
100%. And so a KL-47 cipher reader is an electromechanical rotor-based offline cipher machine that was created by the NSA in the 60s to have communications that were like completely encrypted pretty much between the US government, US military. And the rotor reader he was given would be placed into one of these like machines and basically would rewrite and duplicate the cipher, allowing the Soviets to build their own version of this KL-47, but also decode every single thing that the US is talking about.
Okay.
Walker was also given a sub-miniature Minox camera and film. This was a really well-known go-to German-made spy camera during the Cold War, and it had the capability of taking 50 HD photos in like a fast shutter, and it was completely aluminum, and it was the size of like your middle finger. So like all you had to do is just put it in your pocket, slide it forward, and click it once, and 50 pictures were taken. This was unheard of at this point in time, so to get access to this was absolutely insane. Eventually, Walker created his own spy ring because he was doing so well, and the KGB was fucking obsessed with him. So he recruits for his like main guys, his own brother Arthur, who also was in the military, and then his son Michael, who was about to be old enough to go into the military. He talks his son Michael into going into the military and getting a higher ranking than him and having like a higher security clearance just so they can filter out more information to the KGB and make more money.
Holy shit.
Right. But most notably, Walker's spy ring also included a man named Jerry Whitworth, who was over all of the U.S. fleet communications. So the KGB had all of
where every
our
Navy
communications
ship was at all times.
At all times. Giving the KGB over 1 million classified U.S. secret messages over a 14-year period, only stopping or slowing down after his ex-wife began giving all of his information to the FBI, and this triggered a huge investigation, codenamed Operation Windflyer. The FBI tapped all of the phones in, on, and around him, and to anybody that they knew of in his ring, while conducting 24/7 surveillance before setting up a trap/sting in order to catch Walker in the act. So they followed Walker from the Norfolk base to the outskirts of DC where he was doing a dead drop. They watched him as he literally dropped off an entire, like from the office, took an entire stack of secret documents, drove them to this drop-off location, and went up there, grabbed his bag of money, and dropped it off.
Holy shit.
So the FBI arrests him as soon as he grabs the money. And the bag that he had dropped off at that location contained 129 classified documents hidden in a milk carton from his son, Michael.
Oh my God.
Who was working on the Nimitz naval ship at the time. Walker, his son, and his brother, along with all of the other spy ring members, were arrested within hours of Walker's arrest. It was concluded that because of the information that the Soviets had obtained through Walker and his ring, the Soviets made significant advancements in naval technology by giving them access to U.S. naval tactics, weapons, and sensor data, along with so much more. Like, he basically set the U.S. back 15 years because we had to redo everything.
Fuck, dude.
Everything. Working for the Soviets as a spy made John A. Walker over $1 million. He is the first known person to make that much off of espionage.
And what was the 60s, 70s?
60s, 70s, yeah. Half of his money came through cash, but the majority of it was given to him in silver bars because silver bars do not have serial numbers.
Wow.
Yeah. John Walker and his brother, Arthur Walker, were both charged with treason and both sentenced to life in prison. John's son, Michael, was sentenced to 25 years but was released after 15. Another example of this is a case that was handled by CIA officer Sandy Grimes, and she's a bad bitch.
Of course.
I gotta tell
Female.
you. I'm obsessed with her.
Little Miss Sandy.
In 1991, Grimes was assigned to a task force to investigate a potential mole who was suspected of revealing the identities of CIA agents to the KGB. So at this point, the CIA had lost 12 of its most valued Soviet agents after they had been given up by someone on the inside and they were executed by the KGB.
Holy shit.
So we had people on the inside. We had foreign spies. And
over in the KGB.
And we had the 12 most important ones, like the highest ranking ones.
And it's crazy that, you know, they would execute them and us, we would just arrest their people.
Yeah, we're just arresting and putting them away.
They'll be in jail.
Right. So Sandy Grimes, like I said, she's a CIA agent, and she and her team began looking at the small group of people that would have known where these spies that they had within the KGB were working, would have known that they were working with the CIA, would be able to have access to this, that was privy to who our people that were serving over there, what their real names were, because obviously, like, even in the CIA, you could be sitting beside someone on a mission, you don't even know if that's your fucking fellow agent over there. That could just be some random person, because everybody uses code names. So naturally, Sandy's like, okay, well, let's put them all in a chart and put every person that we know has security clearance to know who these people's true identities are. Every single time there was this one person that was connected to all 12, plus a variety of other individuals who were killed, who were given up to the KGB. And this name was Aldrich Ames, who primarily went by Rick, was a CIA case officer assigned to the Soviet East European Division at the time. And he worked at the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. Rick had fallen in love with this like really wealthy Colombian national named Rosaria. He was in the midst of getting a big divorce. And I guess he had met her while working in Colombia, aka Pablo Escobar.
Right.
Well, Rosaria, she was a material girl.
Period.
She was a material
She got
girl.
that bag.
She had to have designer everything. She wouldn't wear it unless it was designer. He was like wanting to impress her, wanting to get married to her, but he was going to have to come up with multiple bags. So Rick actually had a cover name that was known by the KGB because he was someone that the CIA had put in to have direct communication with the KGB, but they just knew him by a fake name. They didn't know that he was a CIA agent. Now they do, clearly, but to the CIA, they're like thinking like, whatever. One day, just like any other day, Rick walked into the Soviet embassy where he would typically have meetings and volunteered to become a spy for them. Just out of nowhere. And to prove that A, he was actually an agent, because they were like, bro, you're a fucking CIA agent. And B, he had to prove that he had like actually good info. He hands over the names of the 12 active CIA agents that were serving in the KGB.
The ones that got executed.
For $50,000. He killed 12 people for $50,000.
What?
Yeah. And with this money, he finalized his divorce and he married Rosaria and continued working as a spy.
Holy shit.
So she got all of her designer things. At first, Ames would print off and put on hard disk or like drives and stuff, all of these classified documents, walk out of the CIA headquarters, drive to a DC restaurant where he would meet and hand over all of this that he had taken to his Soviet handler. So every spy has a handler. And he would do this in person, which is like unheard of. Later, he began delivering this information through dead drops as well. So just like the first guy, random field, here's the latitude, longitude, go figure out where the fuck it's at, X marks the spot. So he started doing that a little later on as well because he couldn't meet up with the dude every single time. In 4 years, he made almost $2 million. In just 2 years.
Fuck.
It took 17 years for Walker to make $1 million. Insane.
Oh, he had intel then.
And yeah, look at who he is. Like, he knows everything that's going on. I'm sorry, did I say in 2 years?
4?
In 4 years, yeah. And so in 4 years, he made almost $2 million. In 1986, so I'm kind of backing up at this point, Rick Ames had returned from this tour in Rome. After that, he was never the same. He was driving luxury cars. He was wearing tailored 3-piece suits. He got veneers. He gave his wife the closet and the home and the decorations and the art pieces of her fucking dreams. So he went from driving the same car for 20 fucking plus years and wearing the same clothes and never buying new clothes
to Big Pimpin' Daddy.
To Big Pimpin'. Like walking in there with fucking tailored 3-piece suits.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Let's make it obvious, huh?
Okay, so Sandy Grimes notices this because Sandy and Rick came up as agents at the exact same time. They were tight.
She's like, look, I know like women and men's pay is not equal, but that is
something's up.
Not right.
Sandy knew him and she could tell by his body language that he had changed. He went from being this really kind, humble, friendly, chill dude to looking arrogant when he walked. Before, he always walked with like a slouch, like he was insecure. But when she came back and saw him after he got back from Rome, he was sitting up a little higher, like he knew something. And that's what tipped her off. When she saw his name on the list, she's like, that's the fucking one. Dumb of him, because what the fuck is he thinking? He's working for the CIA, who are literally people that are trained to watch people's body language, and here you are whipping around in a new fucking Jaguar, wearing three-piece suits.
I whipped up in a new Bugatti.
Literally. And by the way, the CIA knows what the fuck you're making, bro.
Right.
Right. And
Holy
so
shit.
Sandy Grimes told her entire task force, like, we don't have to keep looking. I know who the fuck it is. But surprisingly, not surprisingly, they weren't the only ones, talking about the CIA, that got suspicious about Rick Ames. The FBI was trailing his ass because they were like, where the fuck you got all this cash? Where'd you get this cash at? Me and the IRS want to know. The write-off people. We're really curious.
I know you can't write off that Jaguar on the CIA. Yeah. So where's it from?
Where's it from? Bring the receipts. Past 3 years. Pull them up.
Show the karaoke machine.
So FBI agent Les Wester plotted this entire trash cover. This is where the trash comes from.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So basically he was like, we have this entire operation. This is what we're going to do. Because once a civilian puts their trash on the curb away from their home in that garbage can that the truck comes and dumps over, you have officially surrendered all of your rights to whatever the fuck is inside in that. You no longer have any privacy rights. They're all gone, and it is public property, aka government property. And they got Rick's fucking trash. The second he sat it on the side, he put it in the back of the truck. Let's roll. They left. Go. Pull out, and they start going through this entire like trash bag. Inside, they find a torn yellow post-it note that read, I am ready to meet at B on 1 October. I cannot read. North, 13 through 19 September. If you will, underline, meet, underline, at B on 1 October, PLS, pulls. Please, yeah, pulls, signal north of 20 September to confirm. No, underline, message, at pipe. If you cannot, underline, meet 1 October, signal north after 27 September with message, at pipe. End quote. Now, that sounds like insane, and the I cannot read sent me, because I'm like, really? That's a dirty joke.
Really?
Done.
So this guy's Marty Bass.
So he's Marty Bass. This was actually a draft of an operational message from Rick to his Soviet handler discussing a meeting in Colombia through spycraft, aka the language and terms that were being used. They also found matching bank deposit slips in Rick's bank accounts that lined up directly with every time he went to that restaurant to meet up with his handler for the drops. The FBI and the CIA bugged Rick Ames' home with microphones, continued 24/7 surveillance, put a tracker on the bro's car, and then searched through his computer on the back end. After gathering enough cause and evidence that Rick Ames was their mole, they arrested him on February 21st, 1994. Rick Ames played so dumb and denied everything, naturally, because he's literally a trained professional compulsive liar.
Right.
That is what a CIA
crazy.
agent is. But the same could not be said for his new wife, Rosaria, who confessed everything immediately, told them everything that her husband had done, that she had done with her husband, said he made me do it. He told me that this is how we get to live the life that we want to live, that it was an operation. Like, I had no idea. Rick Ames had been with the CIA for 30 years.
Jeez.
9 of which he spent as a mole for the KGB. He received $2.4 million in traceable cash and another $2 million that to this day is still kept in reserves in Russia for giving up any and all Moscow CIA operations and operatives that he knew of in those 9 years. So he cost the life of over 54 agents, were either imprisoned, tortured, disappeared, or executed publicly because of him. All for 4.4 mil.
Oh my God.
And only half of it you have access to. Rick Ames was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and he is at Allen Wood Penitentiary in Pennsylvania.
Holy shit.
Right. Okay, so let's move on from money to ideology. This was the number one motive for spies during the Cold War, and the Cubans knew this and took advantage of it. They recruited Ana Belen Montes, a highly respected analyst at the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency, or DIA. Ana became a spy for Cuba's intelligence agency, DGI, in 1984. During this time also, she became the senior analyst for the DIA on Latin America and Cuba. She was the head over all operations that had anything to do with them.
Wow.
Making her the fucking perfect spy.
Right.
For the Cuban people.
Yeah.
Castro is what I mean by that.
And a woman.
Yeah, exactly. No one's
No one's
she's a
gonna think of
woman.
that.
She would never do
She's
that.
not smart enough.
Right.
Dumb bitch.
No one would ever question. And the reason why also is because like no one would ever question her because she was meeting with Cubans all the time. She was constantly going to Cuba. She was constantly at the embassy because that was her job.
Right.
And she shaped every single DIA policy that had anything to do with Cuba. Unlike the men before her, she was beyond smart. She never took any documents home with her. Instead, she had a photographic memory, so she would memorize the entire thing, go home and rewrite it on her laptop that was given to her by the Cuban government. She then encrypted these on computer disk and gave them to her Cuban handlers. The only way that she communicated with her handlers for urgent matters was through various payphones and a pager, but that was very rare. Instead, she would get orders and messages through anonymously transmitted high-frequency shortwave radio bands to her Sony ICF 2010 shortwave radio all the way from Cuba. Think about what's going on in Cuba at this point in time. Like, this is where we have the far-right regime going on down there. Like,
that we're funding.
Yeah, that we're funding. 100%.
Weaponizing.
So much crazy shit's going on, right? Going back to those shortwave radio signals that she was getting all the way from fucking Cuba in her house in Virginia. These messages would come through as 5 numbers that were given at a time. So like sections of 5 numbers. And then she would type these numbers as she hears them into a computer. And in this computer was a Cuban installed decryption program where the letters would be converted into Spanish directions.
That's kind of dope.
Really cool, right? Anna gave over all operatives and operations that she knew of going on in Cuba.
Oh my God.
She provided Fidel Castro direct information on all U.S. intelligence collection systems that took the U.S. years and years to develop, putting 4 U.S. intel officers' lives at risk by doing so. Ana Montes worked with Cuba for 17 years, all the while rising in the ranks of the DIA until she was officially pinpointed for the intelligence breaches only because she was the only person that would have known. So basically she got too high up. Her security clearance got so high that the information she was given up, she would be the only person to know.
So it's like pointing the finger right at
He's
her.
like pointing the finger right at your fucking self. Like, a search was executed at her apartment where after 17 years, she had gone from being really smart to being comfortable and sloppy. Investigators found her shortwave radio, her Cuban installed RAN laptop filled with forensic evidence on the hard drive with everything that she had sent and done because she never cleaned her fucking hard drive, along with a list of coded numbers in her wallet that was to help break ciphers that she would get on her pager. So they had access to all that because pagers had records. And on September 21st, 2001, think about this fucking timeline also. September 21st, 2001,
okay,
Ana Belen Montes was arrested on conspiracy to conduct espionage on Cuba's behalf, and she made a full confession. She told everything. She explained that her motive was her opposing the U.S. policies that were being placed on Cuba, and she
it wasn't money.
Obeyed her conscience and her own morals instead of the government.
Wow.
I mean, I'm like,
I would do it too.
Think about,
if it didn't risk my life.
Well, she's over there thinking like, we're sending these
regimes that are ruining my country.
Right. And she's like, what the fuck? That's not fair to do to them. That's not morally right. So she's thinking of her morals instead of the law.
Yeah.
So she was sentenced to 25 years in prison, but she was released this year, January of this year.
Damn.
Yep. And she lives in Puerto Rico now.
She dipped.
Go ahead, Anna.
She dipped the
She
US.
dipped real fucking quick. But like Puerto Rico, I guess she probably has to stay as a U.S. citizen for
probably
a little bit.
5-10 years.
Yeah. Kind of like a form of parole. All right. So moving on to number 3, C, or compromise, AKA blackmail. This one's interesting. This one's really interesting. So
I love a good blackmail story.
A junior it's like Admiralty, that was it, thank you.
Yeah.
Admiralty clerk named John Vassell went to Moscow's British embassy. And this was like where you did not want to be. That's where he worked at. And
so it's in the UK, but
he's from the UK. Embassy. Yeah, he's from the UK. He was sent to work the British embassy in Moscow. Okay. Yeah. While living there, he falls in love with his ski instructor. So John starts going and partying with him at the National Hotel. Now, according to John, this is where it gets really fucked. So just like trigger warning.
Okay.
According to John, one night while partying there, someone slipped a drug into his drink. And they videoed him having orgies with young boys.
Oh my God.
With his ski instructor lover being behind the camera.
Oh my God. And like he's totally like unconscious. Like,
well, he's
incoherent.
He's blacked out. Like he's not incoherent. Like he's partaking. So he had been drugged to like basically forget, blacked out basically.
My God.
Well, these photos and videos were then used to blackmail John into becoming a spy for the Soviets. They trained him on how to use a Minox camera, which we've already talked about, the little one with the 50 shutters. So John goes back to the UK because he's done at the embassy over there, and he begins stealing naval secrets and sending the photos back to his handler, all of which were crucial to modernizing the Soviet Navy because they were getting the UK's info and the US's info basically at the same exact time. He continued his work with...
Was his handler the ski instructor?
I don't believe so. I think that the ski instructor
worked for the KGB.
Did something for sure. Was definitely planted.
Yeah.
If not paid off to do it, because I think he like got to know his ski instructor and like went to these parties with him a lot.
Damn.
So John continued working as a KGB spy from 1954 to 1962. And the only reason he stopped is because he was arrested after the British arrested an entire group of spies and found microfilm in these documents. And they basically realized that the only person that would have access to these documents would be John. John Vassell was convicted of espionage and served 10 years of an 18-year sentence because it was blackmail. I mean, think about this time, like he's gay. Like he can't just go and be like, hey, I'm these pictures came out with me. Like they would probably do
underage,
worse. Yeah,
and gay.
Right. But like he could go to them and be like, hey, like this happened, like they're forcing me to be a spy. But he was so afraid that they wouldn't believe him because they wouldn't be able to see past their homophobic tendencies.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow.
So that's really fucking sad, shitty situation. Moving on to the last one. Ego. Special Agent Robert Hanssen had become a specialist in counterintelligence. His entire job was to uncover spies. Counterintelligence is someone that's inside working to push info out. And in 1979, Hanssen goes to the Antwerp Trade Organization offices in Manhattan. This place was actually a cover company for Soviet military intelligence. Oh. And Hanssen knew this because he specialized in counterintelligence.
Right.
So he walks in there and he says, hey, I'll start selling you U.S. secrets, but you got to pay me well because I need cash. So to prove himself, Hanssen betrayed the U.S.'s most important mole, Major General Dmitry Polikov. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but his code name was Top Hat. We both could do an entire...
On Top Hat. I kind of love that.
An entire thing on him. He is a very, very,
And he worked for the U.S.
He worked for the U.S. He was a high up general.
And this guy walked in there and said, he's a mole for the US.
In the KGB. He was like the top of the KGB. Wow. And he was a mole for us.
Wow.
Somehow, after this, Hansen's wife finds out because she's like, where the fuck did this money come from?
Yeah.
Loses her fucking shit, threatens to leave him, turn his ass in, and take all his money and leave. So he stops. Because he's like, I don't want to lose my wife over this. She's
or my life.
Crazy. Or my life. So he stops for 5 years, just continues working for the FBI, doesn't really go back. But then in 1985, Hanssen needed money. He had gotten himself in some debt, didn't want to tell his wife. And then he didn't get a promotion that he felt like he was promised by the FBI. Like someone that was younger than him passed him up.
Oh, shit.
For a good fucking reason. Clearly,
you're a mole.
You're a mole. So whatever.
You suck.
And so now he's so fucking pissed that he sells his soul to the Soviets once again. First betraying 3 KGB officers that were secretly working for the FBI, 2 of which were executed. For this, Hanssen was given $100,000. 3 people's heads, $100,000. That's it. For the next 16 years, Hanssen spied for the Soviets, handing over the names of all FBI agents, every technical program on U.S. surveillance platforms in Russia, and America's continuity of government program. He made over $1 million in cash and diamonds from the KGB for this, and he got away with it by using a Palm Pilot with encryption programs and dead drops for material exchanges.
Wow.
But then an unknown Russian source who was codenamed the Avenger.
Shut up.
This is so sick. Sold the KGB's files, all of the KGB's files that they had on the U.S. to the FBI for $7 million.
See, at least the U.S. pays well.
Yeah, $7 million. But I feel like that person, the Avenger, could have gotten about $17 million.
Bro loved Marvel Comics. He just wanted to be Captain America.
Bro could have gotten a bill.
He was in Russia and he wanted to be Captain
100%.
America. So.
And all of the files had Hanssen's fingerprints on them. So him thinking he's being fucking smart. No. You forgot about the basics, babe.
You forgot about the Avengers. So.
Yeah, you forgot about the Avengers, so just chill out. 5 weeks before 56-year-old Hanssen was set to retire from the FBI, agents observed him performing a dead drop in Foxstone Park under a wooden footbridge in Vienna, Virginia, and arrested him. And all he could manage to say was, "So this is how it ends." In his complete and utter shock. Robert Hanssen was sentenced to life in prison at the Supermax Penitentiary in Colorado.
Wow.
So that's it.
I actually think that maybe this is not, no, that can't be accurate because the Supermax is like in the mountains. I believe.
I think so.
There is a prison, like a max security prison that my sister used to live by. Marley, correct me if I'm wrong, but it had like Jared from Subway in there and like, it was fucking crazy. It looked crazy, dude. And it was just like her next door neighbor.
What?
Yeah. But it was so like
I can't think of a safer place to live, kind of.
The location of it was just so odd. Like on the other side of the street, there's a Subway.
McDonald's, yeah.
There's a literal Subway. Jared from Subway's looking out the window like, fuck.
Damn it.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
No, that's crazy.
No, I think the max prison is like in the
mountains.
Rockies.
It's in the Rockies.
Yeah.
Like away.
Yeah.
Anyways, the last thing I have to say is that it's way like now we don't really have spies and handlers, like in-person spies and handlers. Like of course we have
it's
a few.
All digital.
Because and the reason
Black
is
web.
because it's too hard to create a person with all the digital databases that the world has access to.
Right. You don't need a spy anymore. You just need an iconic
hacker. Like used to, you could go back 5 years worth of documents and be like, oh, you have a degree from the University of Tennessee and
started
were
a
born to
podcast.
these people. You had a podcast for a bit. You went and trained at this facility. You left the United States and you came over here to Russia to aid in whatever. Like you could make up a whole story and have documentations of it. But now all these fuckers got to do is get on LinkedIn,
right,
and be like, that's not right. Or their mutual connections don't make any sense. I thought you were from Virginia. All your friends
are from Florida.
Right. So how are we going to do this?
Yeah, that is fucking crazy. I do wonder. I know we have them.
Yeah.
I know there's moles and spies everywhere because everyone's fucking
but like
corrupt.
that's
but like I would hope that if I was a spy, that it would be a moral, like I'm following my moral compass spy.
Yeah.
But I know damn well once I start being a spy, it's my fucking ego and greed coming through, bitch. I'm gonna be like,
that'll cost you $7 million.
But I will say that I don't think any amount of money could result in me executing another person for doing the same thing that I'm fucking doing.
You know what
I mean? Like that's disgusting. That's greed.
I don't know that I would be able to betray my home like that. You know, like that puts not only you in danger, but your family in danger.
Right. Every loved one, every friend,
everything. Like
every ounce of safety that you have here as an American is put in danger because you wanted to get 50 grand.
Exactly. All because you wanted 50 grand.
Yeah.
And you're giving up top US secrets. Like how the fuck do you think that benefits us at all?
Right. You live here. I know you work for the KGB, but you don't live over there,
like,
my guy.
Dude, trust me.
And when they come over and they want to attack certain places,
they're not going to worry about you.
They're going straight probably for the CIA headquarters where you work.
Exactly. And they're not going to like pull you out of the burning building. They don't give a fuck about you.
They're not going to pre-warn you. They're going to come right there. And if you're there, you're there.
And like, look, we can all be like, I would turn on the US. You say that, but then when you fucking look, like, it doesn't matter if you're a citizen of the UK.
Home,
like it is truly.
If you're a patriot or not.
Right. It doesn't matter. It's the safety of you and your loved ones that you're putting at risk. Point blank period.
I loved it.
Good, I'm glad. Like it from my notebook.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Shifting of the pages. It would have been better on a legal pad.
I agree.
Yeah, but then the legal pad, flipping it over.
It all comes back. You're like,
literally, I almost thought about ripping them out and just like throwing them on the ground when I was done. But then I was like, I'll drop them.
I'm gonna pig. You know those videos or the Post-it cards? It's like,
yes.
Will you go? Or hi, my name's Morgan, and it drops the next
yep.
one. That's what you should have done.
Shouted me with every sentence. And then so-and-so drop the card. And then y'all hear in the back. So funny. Anyways, loved your case today.
Yours too.
Thanks.
Word.
I'm And if you guys want to learn more about spy drama. I
Totally
learned
Spies.
about these cases.
Please
Shut the fuck up,
tell me
because I
you watched.
loved Totally Spies. Which one were you? Orange?
Oh, green hair had, or green,
Oh, yeah,
green girl
you're
had
right.
red hair. Red suit had blonde
Yellow.
hair. Yeah, I love this girl.
Me
the
too.
red
That was
hair.
my favorite one too. I fucking loved her. And
What were their names? Characters.
I don't know, but I played the shit out of that Game Boy
Clover,
game.
Sam, and Alex.
Yep, love them.
I need to watch this. Where can I watch?
Yeah, where can we watch that?
I'm watching. Watch show, Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
I'm
for
gonna watch it
$1.99. Oh,
Oh,
okay, that.
okay, fine,
That's
whatever.
$2 fucking.
Are you joking? No, I played the shit out of that Game Boy game, and I still have it. And last time I went home, I think I like plugged it in. I never got to play it though. I forgot about it. Damn. Anyways, if you guys want to learn more, I learned about all these cases from Spycraft on Netflix. It's like 7 episodes about the craziest CIA spy operations and like how spy operations go down by CIA people.
Dope.
It's really fucking sick.
Maybe I'll
Anyways,
check it out. Probably not because it's a documentary and I'm over it.
it's not even a documentary. It's just, I mean, it is, but it's not like how the documentaries that we've seen are recently.
Like more reenactment vibe.
Kind of, but just like really informative. It's kind of like watching the History Channel.
Okay.
It's more of a History Channel layout of like ancient aliens.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, see, it's so different. I love those.
Yeah.
That's my probably favorite form of like a documentary.
Me too.
Mine too. Okay, love you guys. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.